Do you think in the 1980s that anyone can grow up to become a millionaire? Is that a reality?
Well, I think nowadays, Rona, I think it's more and more of a reality with the lack of incentives that are being given to so many people. Many more people have a tendency maybe to give up. And I think the people that don't, I think they're actually finding the ways or maybe the paths are a little bit smoother than they were 5 and 10 and 15 years ago. It's a sad commentary, but nevertheless, it's possibly easier now than it was 10 years ago.
You think it is easier to become a millionaire?
I really do. I think many people have lost incentives. I think that, with what's happening with even the country as a whole, it's a sad situation, and people sort of become a little depressed, and their own depression and the country's depression leads to that lack of incentive. And becoming wealthy or becoming successful or becoming whatever the word is when you say becoming anything, I think it largely has to do with incentive and drive and enthusiasm.
You're 34 years old. Your assets are considered to be over $1 billion. Where did you get the incentive? I mean, 34, it's so young, Donald.
Well, I don't look at, really in my case, necessarily incentive. I enjoy what I'm doing. I really enjoy what I'm doing. I look at it as being somewhat creative. We've done developments that people said could not be done, and maybe because of the timing, maybe it was inflation, maybe whatever the end result has turned out to be tremendous with the various hotels, etc. I think I just basically I thrive on what I do. I enjoy what I do. I like what I do, and it's not that I'm looking for anything. I just enjoy it. When I get up in the morning, I'm excited about the day.
Is work your love?
It really is. I enjoy so much my work, and I think that's probably the key to anybody's success.
Is there anything you can't have?
Well, I believe if you think that you can't have it, you probably won't have it. You have to go into everything with a positive attitude. They say that, I was telling somebody a little bit before, they say that the human mind is only using 1% of its potential, and that if the human mind could use 3%, you could do literally anything. You could cure the major diseases. You could do anything. Just one mind in this world, if it could get up to 3% of its maximum potential. So let's say you don't get up to 3%, but if you can get a little bit more out of it than the 1%, I think you're going to be able to do pretty much whatever you want to do if you have the basic ingredients going in.
But in terms of specifics, I totally agree about positive thinking. But is there anything you can't have materialistically or emotionally? Is there something that your money cannot buy?
Well, it's a very nice question, Ron. I'm not sure that there's an answer to it. I mean, I'm quite happy with everything. I'm quite happy with the way everything's worked out for me at this point. Now, if this point hasn't been very far, in 10 years, if we sit down at the same situation, maybe I'll tell you, Rona, I've made mistakes here and mistakes there, which today I don't think are mistakes. But at this moment, I would say, by the way, money is not the ingredient. Money has nothing to do with the ingredient. It's just whether I was an artist and just pushing my work and enjoying my work. Whatever it is, I think you just have to be happy in what you do. In my case, by the way, my art is my real estate and my buildings, and if the deals work out well, that makes me happy because that's sort of a sign of accomplishment. But that's pretty much the way I feel about it.
But when is enough enough? Obviously, there must have been a point, when you knew that you would be secure for the rest of your life, your family, your relatives, whomever. Why do you go on?
Well, I go on really because I enjoy it. I really enjoy when I think about my business. I think about it literally 24 hours a day, and I really enjoy it. If I didn't, I will stop. There's no question in my mind that I'll stop, because I do understand it's all basically a game. We're all here to play the game, and we're all hopefully going to play it well, but some people obviously can't play it well, because if everyone played it well, you'd have a pretty unusual situation. But the game is being played now by me and by plenty of other people, and the people that enjoy it are the people that are going to win it, in my opinion.
When you win, is there sometimes a time when you also lose? Because in winning, there is also losing. Have you ever lost?
Well, I guess you can say, I would imagine everybody's lost at some point or another. If I had to, at this point in my life, look at any particular business transaction or anything, I could say that I have not lost in that regard. Personally, I have a wonderful wife and family, and we have everyone has a nice relationship having to do with me, and so I really can say that thus far in life I've been quite lucky. But I also understand life, and life is a long-term investment. It's not a short-term investment. And relatively speaking, I guess I'm only midterm or short term. So I can't really tell you what's going to happen in the future, but I do feel very positively about the future. And I hope that all goes well. And I think that, again, my mind is made up that it will go well without consciously thinking and just saying, just so I can convince myself. I mean, I feel that things will go well. And if you feel that way, I believe they probably will go well.
Were you always so lucky from the time you were a little boy?
I guess the answer, and by the way, a very important word you just mentioned is luck. No matter how bright a person may be, there is always that element of luck. And yet, the interesting phenomenon to me seems to be that the same people are always lucky. So maybe they create their own luck or they make their own luck. But I would say that I've certainly had my share of luck, yes.